journey begin. Who win this year's championship? Come feel the heat of this dream. Witness the strength and confidence of those who face these challenges. Cause in the end, we all win. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Everybody say na 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 the ball has hit the bat, whoa, whoa. Fielders are running to catch it. Is a six or will it be a four? We scream, we roar, oh my god, the tension soar. The pressure, the skill on display is amazing, what can I say? Let the clocks run in millions, as if cricket is our religion. Let's go. If you wanna be the best, play with courage and confidence. Level up your game to be prominent. Don't forget it's your time to shine. Play tough but remember to be kind. Let's see who tops at the finish line. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Morning and welcome to a Super Sunday, the first match of a triple header between Nasco and Lockton in the Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 11. We'll have a look at the pitch. It's the one that's been not used. There is hardly any grass on this wicket. It's a dry surface. The only help that you will get in the morning will be a bit of dew and the wicket being a bit soft. Later on, as it gets hotter through the day, the wicket's going to be totally dry and runs will be aplenty. You have a look at it, there's slightly uneven pockets here that you can see on the wicket. Other than that, it looks a beautiful wicket and a lot of runs that could be scored through the day. The toss underway for the first game on a Super Sunday between Lockton and Nasco. Saad will flip the coin. Tails is a call. Tails it is. You won the toss. What do you want to do?
We will have a bat first.
Uh, the campaign, it's been a long campaign. How do you keep the guys motivated knowing you're not playing the main event but you're playing the plate event?
The guys are motivated by themselves. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, if people want to play cricket, they are in. They're in. Like I'm glad we have a bunch of lads who are very enthusiastic about the sport, and they're showing up even after a tough week. So I don't need to do much. They're always here.
And what sort of score are you willing to put up on this sort of wicket?
Last time we had the same game against Lockton. We chased around 160. I think around 180 to 200 would be an ideal, good, defendable total for us.
Thank you and all the best. Sad, uh, surprised that he is elected to bat first on this wicket on the early morning.
We are very happy because we also like thinking to ball first, so it's a win-win.
Anyway, and again, not playing this Super 8. It's been a long tournament for the boys. They turn up every week. And how is the morale of the team as of now?
For us, it's a good experience. Like we are building our team, and I think it's a good experience, good environment, and we are here to just enjoy the game. Just have fun.
Anyway, that's news from the center. Varun won the toss from Nasco and he's elected to take first strike. More action coming. Stay tuned. Thank you. Thank you. First boundary of the day. Outside the off stump, giving enough width for the batsman, and he sends this crashing. 4 runs for the loss of no wicket. This time slightly inside, plays it towards mid-on, and the batsman crossover for a single brings Gaurav on to strike for the first time. Slightly sedate start. Keeper just rehearsing that drop that he earlier done. Last ball of the first over. Gaurav on strike. This time bowls it wide. Batsman trying to reach for that one. Lucky for him, didn't get an edge. He gets a wide, so 1 run added. Score moves on to 6. First extras of the morning. It's a bright Sunday morning. The sun beating down. Still cooler temperatures earlier in the day. Suchit comes into bowl. This time much better line. Brings the ball back in. Plays it towards covers. The batsman crossover for a single. 1 more run added. End of the first over. 7 for the loss of no wicket. Down the leg side, starts off with the wide. Balat Chandran, the bowler, comes from round the wicket. Score moves on to 8. Have a look at the scorecard of the previous game that these two teams had played. Lockton had made 161. And Nasco chased it down for the loss of 1 wicket. They had a comprehensive 9-wicket victory with 5 balls to spare. So these teams have the pedigree of scoring big as well. As starts off with another one, and it's been called a wide. So 1 more run added to the total. Gaurav has played 11 matches, 228, strike rate of 100. So he's got some decent experience. Bala this time tucks the batsman in. They go in for a quick single and brings Varun on to strike. Score moves on to 10 into double figures. Varun had earlier scored a century against them. He scored 104 out of the 162 that they had chased, and then Gaurav had made 17, and Uttam coming at number 3 was 25 not out. As Varun plays this down the ground, the ball going towards the long on boundary. The fielder gives up the chase. Second boundary of the morning. Score moves on to 14. Have a look at it. On the back foot, punches this one, and fielder at mid-on was quite wide, so he couldn't make it through on time, and the ball races towards the boundary. He moves on to 9 of 6 balls, and Gaurav is batting 2. This time slightly fuller, drives this towards mid-on, no run there. Varun with that century will be oozing in confidence, knowing that he has scored against this side. Again, this time onto the pads. The keeper misses. The batsman crossover for 1. We'll wait for the umpire signal. Two runs added. It's a wide with a run scored. So 2 more runs added. Score moves on to 16. Brings Gaurav on strike. Waits for this one on the back foot, plays it towards gully, and they take off for a single. So 1 more run added. Score moves on to 17. It's been a lengthy over. 3 wides already bowled. So he's bowled 8 balls, 7 balls rather. 2 more balls to go. Again onto the pads, and this time plays it over square leg. The ball racing away toward the boundary, stopping just inside. We'll wait. Yes, it just stopped, and the batsman complete 2 runs. This is what I was talking about with the outfield still a bit wet. The ball is going to stop in certain areas. So 2 more runs added. Score moves on to 19. This time much better line, bowls it, brings action naturally, brings the ball in, and Varun cautiously plays it towards covers and sets off for a single. So end of the second over, 20 for the loss of no wicket. Varun batting 11 of 8, Gaurav batting 3 of 3, and 6 extras to the total.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Start of over number 3. Suchit gave away 7 runs in the first over, comes into bowl. This time Varun goes onto the back foot, plays it through the covers. There's a man there at extra covers, fields up 1, keeps it down to a single. Much better field placement, knowing that the batsman, if you bowl short, the batsman is going to play square of the wicket, so there is protection out there. Score moves on to 21. Varun moves on to 13 and brings Gaurav on to strike. Slightly uppish, but plays it towards the man at deep point, and another single. Moves on to 22. Gaurav happy to play second fiddle to Varun. He is making sure that he keeps the scoreboard ticking and let Varun do the bulk of the scoring. Again onto the pads, this time towards the mid-wicket area. Handsome shot, and with the field inside, it's always going to be runs. So the third boundary coming up, a boundary every over that they're getting. Have a look at that, Suchit spraying it slightly onto the fuller length. All he had to do is get a decent wood on it, and the ball races away towards the mid-wicket boundary. So 4 more runs. Score moves on to 26. He moves on to 17. Suchit this time keeps it outside the off stump. The batsman playing it towards mid-off. 1 run completed. A misfield allows the second one to be completed. So 2 more runs added. And score moves on to 28. 8 runs coming of the first 4 ball of the over. Couple of balls left. We're in the power play, the third over of the power play. Only 2 men allowed outside the 30 yards. This time in the air, over the man at mid-off, and the fielder unable to cut it off. So 1 more boundary to the total. And score now moving to 32. Have a look at it. Slightly short. Plays it upish. And the ball over the 30-yard circle and then races away towards the boundary. The fielder unable to cut it off. 32 for the loss of no wicket. This time Fuller and dealt with the same result. Another boundary. So an expensive over comes to an end. This time bowling it slightly more Fuller, and he sends us over the mid-on area, racing away to the long on boundary. So 4 more. End of the third over. 36 for the loss of no wicket. Change in the bowling. Mohammad Tausif comes into bowl. Right arm over this time. Gaurav plays it towards the third man area. The ball again racing away to the boundary. Slightly short. Gets it on the inner half of the bat. And the ball races away towards the third man boundary. Score moves on to 40. Have a look at that. Outside the off stump. And cuts this one. And with the field inside, it's always going to be runs. Gaurav moves on to 8 of 5, his first boundary. 6 boundaries in innings so far. This time cuts this one towards point. The fielder there keeps it down to a single. Brings Varun on to strike. Score moves on to 41. Shot this time, plays it in the air over the mid-on area for another boundary. So Varun's in good nick. He is capitalizing on the field restrictions. Have a look at it. Tausif trying to bowl as this shorter and surprise the batsman, but Varun's too good a bat to miss out on that. He sends this over the mid-on area for another boundary. The score moves on to 45. He moves on to 31 with his 6th boundary of 15 balls. Going at a strike rate of 206. This time plays it with soft hands towards short covers and they take off for a single. So 1 more run added. Score moves on to 46. Tausif bowling this time. Shot on the off stump and cuts this one towards deep point. There's a fielder there, so single added to the total. Score moves on to 47. Varun stats 11 matches, 354, strike rate of 138. So he's amongst the runs as well. As he plays this one again towards deep point. 1 more run added. End of the 4th over. 12 runs coming off it. 48 for the loss of no wicket. Aman, the new bowler. One more change. This time back to the bowler and straight down the ground. Aman getting his boot out of the way but allows the ball to go through. So one more boundary. Score moves on to 50. The 50 coming up in 4.1 overs. Aman Sohal and hit straight back down the ground for one more boundary. Score moves on to 52. This time plays it towards Gully. The misfield there allows the single to be completed. Score moves on to 53. He's got on to strike. He plays it in the air over the man at point. There's again deep point fielder there, so one more run added. Score moves on to 54. The Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 11. This is the plate event, followed by two Super 8 games. This one in the air towards the third man. Short third man giving a chase, but the ball wins the race. And another boundary added. Score moves on to 58. Now Gaurav getting into the act. Varun moves to 42. This time plays it softly towards the man at Gully and an easy single. Brings the score on to 59 with one ball to go in the fifth over. One more over where the field restrictions will be on, and then they will have the field spread out. This time umpire calls it a legal delivery, end of the over, a rare dot ball. So 59 for the loss of no wickets at the end of 5 overs. Varun Bangera batting 43 of 21. Gaurav Achani 11 of 9. And Aman Sohal completing an expensive over. He's given away 11. Have a look at the bowling analysis so far in the 5 overs. 4 bowlers used. Suchit Lal 2 overs 23 runs. Balachandra Krishnamurthy 1 over 13 runs. Mohammad Tausif 1 over 12 runs. And Aman Sohal 1 over 11 runs. So all these bowlers going at 10 and above and over. Over number 6, Mohammad Tausif to continue. This time Varun plays it towards the mid-wicket area. There is no protection there. So 4 more runs. And the score moving to 63. Have a look at it. It's not that short, but transfers the weight onto the back foot and then moves around. Sends the ball towards the mid-wicket area for another 4. Chance of a caught. Is that another drop? Let's have a look at the replay. Looks like he had a bit of an edge. Second reprieve for Varun. Just making them pay heavily for the drop catches. This time again onto the pads, and he sends this towards the mid-wicket boundary. So another boundary, and he completes his 50. He is on 51 of 23 balls. with 11 boundaries. Again, onto the pads and flick this one towards the vacant mid-wicket region. So one more boundary added. Moves on to 67. Score moves on to 67. 51 with 10 boundaries to his name. Again onto the pads, and this time again sent to the same area, same result. And the ball reaching the fence, so another boundary. Score moves on to 71. Have a look, compensating by bowling it fuller onto the pads, and Varun just helps its way on his way to the mid-wicket boundary. So 4 more runs added. This time plays it towards the third man area. The fielder at gully coming across to his left and stops the ball. So 1 more run added. Score moves on to 72. Last ball of the power play coming up. 72 for the loss of no wicket. Dot misfield there. What would have been a dot culminates into a single. So end of the power play. 74 for the loss of no wicket. Varun batting 56 of 26 with 11 boundaries. And Gaurav Vachani batting 11 of 9 with 1 boundary to his credit. Mohammad Tausif giving away 26 runs in the 2 overs that he's bowled.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Welcome back. Umpiring signaling that this is second power play where the field restrictions have been relaxed. There is going to be more fielders outside the 30-yard circle. Srijit is the 5th bowler being used. Srijit to start the 7th over. Right arm, the off spinner. He plays it with soft hands towards the short cover area. Wanted a single. Varun decides against it. So dot ball to start. Shot this time. Wanting to cut that one. Keeper holding on to it. So no run. So 2 dot balls. This time drives it towards short covers and straight away start off for a quick single. So 1 more run added. Score moves on to 74. Brings Varun on to strike. Facing the spinner for the first time. He's only faced the medium pacer so far. Full toss. Doesn't connect it that great. Goes in towards the long on area for a single. And score moves on to 75. Full toss again, slower in the air. Sends us towards the cover area for another single. Score moves on to 76. Free hit. Umpire calls it a no ball. Varun plays it towards long on. The fielder there. Suchit, the fielder, keeps it down to a single. Another single going towards the extra cover region. End of the over, 79 for the loss of no wicket. 7 overs completed. Seven overs completed. 6 runs coming off the last over. Yeah, have a look at the field. Set this man patrolling the long on. Man at long off. You got 3 men inside the circle. There's a short third, there's a point and a cover. Khalid, the new bowler, starts off with a wide. Gaurav happy to let that one go and collect that extra run for his side. So moves on to 80. Current run rate at 11.4. Khalid, 11 matches. He's got 2 wickets. This one brings the ball back in, but the batsman equal to the task. They complete a single. For 11 matches. 2 wickets. His economy of 11.24. Quite high. Want a better result from the off spinner. Now this time taps it down towards short third and an easy single there. Score moves on to 82. He moves on to 59. Gaurav on 16. Who's on strike. Plays it in the air towards extra cover. The fielder there from the long off area moves to his left and cuts it. Another couple to the total. Score moves on to 84. .84 for no loss. This one tossing this one up. Full toss. Playing it towards long on for another single. And the score moves on to 85. 6 runs so far of the 4 balls that are bowled. Bowls it short again. Plays it towards short third and an easy single. Both the batsmen quite easily making their ground. So 1 more run added. Score moves on to 86. And last ball of the over. Asking for a caught behind, not to be. The batsman hoping that it's a wide, not to be. End of the over, 7 runs coming off it. 86 for the loss of no wickets. So last 2 overs, they have managed to hold them a bit back, not allowing any boundaries, but 13 runs have been scored. So 86 at the end of 8. Shriji to continue. Gave 6 runs of the first over that he bowled. Varun on strike. Full toss over the mid-wicket area for a maximum. So as I was talking that they had started to put breaks, a freebie of a ball, and Varun making full use of that, connects well and sends us over the mid-wicket boundary for a maximum. The score moves on to 92. He moves on to 66. He already scored 11 boundaries and he's now got a maximum to his credit. This time flicks this towards the mid-wicket area. There's a fielder there, a single added. He gets off strike, brings Gaurav on to strike. He moves on to 67. Gaurav trying to flick this one off the pad. They complete a single. The keeper trying to effect a run out, but Varun was well home. And a leg by added. Score moves on to 94. Shot outside the off stump, called wide. And score moves on to 95. Has to reload. 95 for no loss. Back past the bowler, misses that one. The ball going towards the boundary. The fielder fields it within the boundary line with his legs. Stops that ball from going towards the boundary. So 2 more runs added. Score moves on to 97. A straight firm drive back past the bowler. Shrijit was lucky that he pulled his leg out at the last second. Plays it back towards the bowler. Shrijit this time tries to field it, but unable to stop that one. The ball goes towards the long on boundary for another single. Score moves on to 98. He moves on to 70. Last ball of the 9th over. Goes back, cuts this one, does Gaurav. And the fielder at deep point cuts this off. End of the 9th over. 99 for the loss of no wicket. Current rate of 11 runs will get them to 220. And that's a very big score when you consider the event that you're playing out here. Khalid to bowl the 10th over, the last over before the drinks break. Bowls it outside the awesome, plays it in the air towards the extra cover region. The fielder unable to cut it off. So the 100 coming up. 103 for no loss. 24 runs is what Gaurav has added in this partnership. Have a look at that. Khalid tossing this one up, but enough width, and Gaurav sends this over the cover boundary. Couple of bounces, ball crosses the boundary. 103 for no loss. in the air, and the man at covers drops that one, so another chance going down. What could have been the first wicket is still eluding Lockton. Score moves on to 104. This time slightly more slower early into the shot, but the fielder at have a look at the offside field. You have a man at short third, you have man at gully, covers, man at long off, man at extra cover. This time holds the ball back and misfield there allows the second run to be completed. So 2 more runs added. Score moves on to 106. Khalid created a chance in the last ball, but unable to get support from his fielders. This time more quicker in the air and tries to field off his own bowling, but unable to stop the ball. Goes towards the long off boundary for a single. Score moves on to 107 of 9.4 overs. Pulls it quicker right up to the batsman. He plays it to his soft hands with covers and another single. Score moves on to 108. Last ball of the 10th over coming up. Tossing this one up outside the off stump. Plays it softly towards the man at gully and takes off for a single. So the end of the 10th over. 109 for the loss of no wicket. Varun Bangera batting 74 of 37, 11 boundaries and a maximum. Gaurav Vachani 26 of 24 with 2 boundaries. You have a look at the bowling analysis so far. Suchit Lal, 2 overs, no maidens, 23 runs, no wicket. Balachandran Krishnamurthy, 1 over, no maiden, 13 runs. Mohammad Tosif, 2 overs, 26 runs. Aman Soal, 1 over, 11 runs. Srijit, 2 overs, 18 runs. And Khalid, 2 overs, 17 runs. Yet to taste success. As we take a short drinks break and we'll come back in a few moments.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Welcome back. Second half of the innings to commence. Sham to start the proceedings from the camera's end. 4 matches, yet to take a wicket. We'll be hoping he gets his first one and gets it quickly. Please. Varun plays it off the back foot towards the man at short covers. There's no run there. 7th bowler to be used. Shot, plays it towards the mid-wicket region, and the ball sails over the mid-wicket boundary for a maximum. Score moves on to 115. He moves on to 76. Have a look at that shot. Slightly short, and he pounces on that one. It sends this over the mid-wicket boundary for his second maximum. He moves on to 80 with that stroke. This time off the back foot, punches it towards the covers, the fielder there. Fielding it and keeps it down to a single, and score moves on to 116. Then the first wicket fall, Varun playing down the wrong line, and finally some success for Lockton, who have been witnessing a carnage around. Have a look at this. Sham bowls this with a slightly flatter and quicker trajectory. Varun not covering his sticks and exposing that one. In the end, losing his stumps, so he's out for 26 of 25 with 2 boundaries and giving good support to Varun, but finally has to make his way back to the dugout. Brings Uttam to the center, coming at number 3. Uttam's 13 matches, 334, strike rate of 118. $116 for 1. Uttam on strike. Sham short this time, plays it towards the mid-wicket region, and the ball races towards the mid-wicket fence for the first boundary. Score moves on to 120. Have a look at that. Bowls it short, just enough time, plays it towards the mid-wicket boundary, and the ball racing away. No chance for the fielder. This time overcompensating by bowling it quite full, but batsman sending it down to the long off. Khalid, the fielder there, a single to end the over. Successful over comes to an end. It's expensive one, giving away 12 runs, but we'll be happy that they got their first wicket. 121 for 1 at the end of 11 overs. Khalid to continue. He's given away 17 runs of the 2 overs that he's bowled. The last time these two met, Lockton had taken first strike. It scored 162, and Nasco had easily tracked down that score for the loss of 1 wicket as Uttam places down the ground. By the time the fielder comes in and fields, they get another couple of runs, so they get score moves on to 123. Sam slightly quicker, plays it with soft hands towards the third man area. Another single. Score moves on to 124. And Uttam already into his stride has scored 8 runs of the 4 balls that he's faced. We've called a wide, way outside the off stump. So 1 more run added. Just to reload that one. Comes down the track, plays it in the air towards the man at long on for another single. He moves on to 82 or 41. Strike rate of both these batsmen scoring at a strike rate of 200. Varun is 82 or 41. Uttam Utale is batting 8 or 4. The current run rate at 11 will get them to 220. This time we'll go down the leg side. Fair bit of spin, but since he bowled it down the leg side, it will be called a wide. So 1 more run added. Bowling to Uttam. This time plays it towards the man at short fine. And they complete an easy single. So 1 more run added. Score moves on to 128. One is asking for a caught behind, not to be good looping delivery, inviting the batsman, but have a look at that. Poses slightly slow, loops this one. Varun going for that drive, hoping that he had edge, but not to be. So end of the over. 128 for 1. Rather, 1 more ball to go. 128 for 1, 11.5 overs. The batsman just coming towards the center and having a chat, probably Uttam telling him to calm down. Still a long way to go in this innings. This time plays it softly back towards the bowler. No run there, so end of the over now. 128 for 1 at the end of 12 overs. One batting 82 of 43. And Uttam batting 9 of 5. Start of over number 13. The captain Mohammad Saad comes to the attack. Bowling to Uttam. Right arm over the wicket. Asking for an LBW. It's going down leg side probably. And leg by being signalled. Uttam trying to be a bit cute. He comes down the legs, comes down towards the offside, trying to asking for a review, but the umpire says there are no reviews for LBW, so Uttam survives. Varun on strike. Full toss, plays it towards the man. It covers the complete 1 run. By the time the man at extra cover comes around, 2 more runs added to the total. Moves on to 131. This time onto the back foot, cuts this one towards short covers, wanting a single. But straight to the man, Khalid at short covers, no run there. Fourth ball of the over. This time up edge towards the man at short mid wicket and another drop. So third reprieve for him. Played it in the air and the man at short mid wicket gets his hand to it but unable to hold on to it. In the air, into the hands, and out she goes. So he survives another single added. Score moves on to 132. Saad trying to create chances, and this time some success. Uttam plays all over that one and loses his leg stump. So second success for Lockton. The captain getting Uttam out. Have a look at that ugly swipe across the line and the leg stump being pegged back, and Uttam has to do the long walk back to the pavilion. He's out for 9 of 7 with 1 boundary. So 132 for 2 now. New man at the center, Jagdish, 10 matches, 93 runs, strike rate of 83.04. Comes in at the fall of Uttam's wicket. 2 quick wickets for Lockton finally. Sham had got the better of God of the previous over, and this time Saad getting the better of Uttam. Both these batsmen around bowled. Jagdish coming at number 4. Sam plays it towards third man. There's a misfield at short third, and the ball races away towards the boundary. This field is now started to become more quicker. And the moment you misfield, there's always a chance that the ball's going towards the boundary. Have a look at that. Outer half of the bat. The fielder trying to field with his leg, but unable to stop that one. And then the ball races away towards the boundary. End of the over. Over number 14 to start. Khalid to bowl his last over of the day. This time tosses his one and drill pass back him, and Khalid decides to move away. Allows the ball to reach the boundary. And Varun now reaches 89. Have a look at that. Drilled back. The moment he saw that coming, he moved away And the ball racing away towards the long on boundary. 89. Score moves on to 140 with that stroke. Varun this time plays it softly towards the man in short mid wicket, and they complete an easy single, wanting to run the batsman out at the non-striker's end, not on target. So run completed. Score moves on to 141. Brings Jagdish on to strike, who got the boundary of the first ball he faced. Drives this pass back towards the bowler. No run there. Khalid just fielding of his own bowling. The strategy could be give Varun the single, keep him on strike, keep the other man on strike as much as possible. The one way of looking at it, wouldn't be a bad idea if they continue this for the next few overs. Time plays it again with soft hands, takes off for the single and easily done. The men inside the ring have to be a few yards inside. They're right at the edge of the circle. The moment you see the other batsman, you need to come up a few paces, stop that single. Not to be, brings Varun on to strike, who's batting on 90. Drives this towards extra cover. There's no protection there, and the ball races away towards the boundary. He moves on to 94, and the score moves on to 146 with that stroke. Avalkar converts it into the full toss and just has to get good connection, and the ball races across the turf for another boundary. Last ball of the over. Full toss, plays it towards mid wicket. There's protection out there. There's a fielder there, so one more run added. End of the over, 147 for 2. Varun Banghera batting 95 of 50 balls, and Jagdish batting 5 of 3.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Over number 15 to begin. Mohammad Saad, the captain, Scott, given him 7 runs of the 1 over that he had bowled, bowling to his counterpart Varun. Umpire calls it a legal delivery. Varun was hoping that it will be called a wide, not to be, so dot ball. 147 for 2. Current run rate of 10.5 should get them to 210. Will be a huge ask for Lockton when he come back to bat to hunt down that score. This time off the back foot, plays it towards the extra cover region. There's protection there, but by the time the fielder fields, the second run is completed, so 2 more runs added. He moves on to 97. Kept not happy with that effort, hoping that his fielders are a little bit more agile than what they can do at the moment. Little better effort in terms of fielding and catching. Could see some better results. Short plays it towards the man at long on for a single. He moves on to 98. Score moves on to 149. 150 rather. The 150 coming up with that single. 150 for 2 in 14.3 overs. Brings Jagdish on to strike. Right under the block hole, the batsman just making sure he gets enough bat. Ball going down towards long on for a single. So one more run added. 151 for 2. All eyes on Varun now, who's 2 runs away from another 100. Scored the previous time these two teams met, he had scored 100 against them. Well on course for another one. Plays this towards the deep mid wicket area. The ball races away. So another century for him. 102 of 54 balls. And applause from the dugout. $102 of 54 balls. 14 boundaries and 2 maximums. A happy dugout, you can have a look at that. All smiles. $155 for 2. Plays this towards mid wicket. They complete a single. 156 for 2. End of the over. 156 for 2. Varun batting 103. And Jagdish batting on 6. Start of a fresh over. Aman Soal bowling the first ball, unable to stop that single. Score moves on to 157. Varun batting 104. Another one playing down the wrong line and missing that one. The ball hitting the stumps. So third wicket down. Jagdish the man out for 6 of 5. And Aman is pumped up. Have a look at that. Straight delivery. Playing down the wrong line and missing the ball hitting the stumps. So the third wicket down. Third batsman to be bowled. Jagdish out for 6 of 5. Brings the new man Biju to the center. Biju on strike. Going to face the third ball of the over. Onto the pads, plays it towards square leg. The fielder giving the chase. By the time the ball is fielded and thrown back, 2 more runs added. Biscuit. 159 for 3. Biju batting 2 of 1, and this time Aman overcompensating by bowling down the leg side. He gives away another run. Score moves on to 160. Okay, 160. This time shot, plays it towards the cover region. The man at short cover unable to field that one. The ball racing away towards the extra cover boundary for 4 more runs. 164. Shot onto the back foot, plays it. The man at short covers unable to cut that one off. Khalid, the fielder, and the ball just trickling over to the fence. 164 for 3. Again down leg side. Keeper doing well to stop it. This could have been another 4 more runs. 1 run added. Moves on to 165. He's trying a couple of different things. He's bowling one outside the off stump and then compensating the next one by bowling it. This time plays it in the air. There's protection there. The man at long on doing the fielding. So 1 more run added. Score moves on to 166. Last ball of the 16th over coming up. Asking for an LBW, probably ball hitting the inner half of the bat, so Varun survives. 166 for 3 at the end of 16. In the air, and another drop, and another boundary. It's been the story so far. Have a look at that, creating the chances. Biju plays it in the air. The man at long on coming round, unable to hold on to it, and the ball kissing the boundary ropes for another 4 more. Second ball of the over. Biju reaching double figures with that stroke, asking for a caught behind dot ball. Saad bowling to Biju. This time again plays it in the air. And Saad trying to catch of his own bowling. Drops at 1. So 1 more run. Lockton have not been able to hold on to any catch that has been given to them. This time the bowler drops one of his own bowling. They've shelved everything that has come their way. This time, Biju, the benefactor there, trying to make use of the long levers that he has, but ends up playing it high in the air. 171 for 3. This time plays it, bowls it full, it chips it down to short third. The batsman complete a single. Takes the score on to 172. Fifth ball of the over. This time plays it towards the cover region. The ball racing away towards the long off boundary for another 4. Going to the wide long off. Have a look at that. Up in the slot, and Biju connects that well, and the ball racing away towards the boundary. So score moves on to 176 with that boundary. Biju making 16 of 7 with 3 boundaries to his credit. Last ball of the 17th over. Shot this time, wanting to cut that one. End of the over. 176 for 3. Biju batting 16 of 8. Varun batting 105 of 58 balls. 14 boundaries, 2 sixes to his credit. Start of over number 18. Suchit coming back into the attack. He's given away 23 runs of the 2 overs he had bowled in the opening spell. Bowling to Varun. He had created the chance right in the 3rd ball of the innings when the keeper had dropped one, and since then Varun has made them pay dearly for the drop chances. Single of the first ball. Score moves on to 177. Suchit to Biju. Backs away, misses that one, and his stumps are shattered. So finally, Suchit gets a wicket against his name. So 4th man to be dismissed, and he's bowled. Out for 16 of 9 balls with 3 boundaries. A short cameo, have a look at that. Backs away. The moment he missed that one, the ball hitting the leg stump again. The leg stump's taken quite a beating today, and the 4th man to be dismissed. Manish Chawla, the new man, coming to the center. Coming in at number 6. It's his first game. Yet to get off the mark. Bowling from a slightly shorter run up to the batsman, keeps it no run there, dot ball. Another dot ball, asking for a caught behind. No run. So 2 consecutive dot balls. More importantly, keeping Varun off strike. This time will be a wide, so 1 more run added. Score moves on to 178. Another wide, so 179 for 4. 2 more balls left. Sam plays it back towards the bowler. No run there. Want to quickly run through this over. Last ball, not a bad idea if he gives him a single and keeps Varun off strike. And they do that. Get back for 1 more. So 2 runs. What should have been 1? This is where the match awareness should be there. You know that's a last ball. Better idea if you can give the single. But not to be Manish off the mark with that double. 181 for 4.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Aman Sohal coming to bowl the penultimate over of the innings. Coming at 21 runs in the 2 overs he's bowled. He's bowling to Varun, who bowls onto the pads and sends this towards the long leg boundary for 4 more runs. Score moves on to 185. Onto the pads. Easy pickings for Varun. Full toss, outer half of the bat, and the ball going towards the third man boundary. Fielder unable to cut it off. So 4 more runs. He moves on to 110. Score moves on to 189 with that shot. This time down the ground, and the fielder, by the time he cuts it off, 2 more runs added, so 10 runs coming of the first 3 balls. More importantly, giving Varun the strike. .191. This time in the air towards the man at long on. A single completed. Score moves on to 192. Is it back towards the bowler? Dot ball. Is it down towards mid wicket? Varun declining the single. Wants to keep strike in the last over. 192 for 4. To bowl the last over. Gameon at 28 runs in the 3 overs that he's bowled. Plays it in the air. Going towards wide, long off. Another 2 more runs added. Go moves on to 194. And he moves on to 119. 5 more balls remaining. We will want to get over the 200 mark, as this time Varun comes inside out, plays it towards the man at mid wicket. The complete 1. And the run out chance missed, so 2 more runs added. Score moves on to 196. Another wide, so 1 more run added. Score moves on to 197. So it's trying to keep the ball away and bowl it as slow as possible. This time a swing and a miss, a dot ball. Good comeback by the bowler. We'll have to keep it that way. Another 3 more balls. Varun is trying really hard. He's playing something which is not his natural game. He can back himself and let's go declining another singles to retain strike. Not a very good idea where you have number 6 batsman with you. You are not batting with the number 10 or 11 and saving a game. You need to score. This time plays the reverse sweep. And the ball going towards the gully region. And the boundary gets the 200 up. 201 for 4. Have a look at that. Switch it. And gets a decent bat on it, and the ball going towards the boundary. 201 for 4. Last ball of the innings coming up. Again another reverse sweep, this time going towards the third man boundary. The ball racing away, stopping just inside the boundary line, so they come back for 3. 204 is what they end up scoring in their 20 overs. Varun not out 128 of the 69 balls. As we have a look at the full scorecard, Varun not out 128 of 69, 17 boundaries, 2 maximums. Gaurav Vachani Bowled by Sham, 26 of 25 with 2 boundaries. Uttam out for 9 of 7 with 1 boundary. Jagdish Lakshman bowled by Aman, 6 of 5 with 1 boundary. Biju 16 of 9 with 3 boundaries. He was bowled by Suchit. Manish Chawla not out 2 of 16, 2 of 6 rather. Extras 17 and the score 204. 8 bowlers used by Lockton. Suchit Lal 4 overs 40 runs and 1 wicket. Balachandran 1 over 13 runs, no wicket. Mohammad Tosif Yusuf 2 overs 26 runs, no wicket. Aman Soal 3 overs 32 runs, 1 wicket. Srijit 2 overs 18 runs, no wicket. Khalid 4 overs 35 runs, no wicket. Sham 1 over 12 runs, 1 wicket. And Mohammad Saad 3 overs 26 runs, 1 wicket. We have a look at the fall of wickets. The first one fell. Gaurav fell at the score of 116 in 10.4. Second one to go, Uttam was out at the score of 132 at this over 12.5. Jagdish was out when the score was 157 at 115.2, and Biju was the fourth to go at the score of 177 and when it's over 17.2. 205 is what Lockton need when they come back and chase this score. Stay tuned for live action.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Welcome back. The chase underway. 205 is what Lockton needs to chase in that allotted 120 balls. An uphill task, not impossible. Difficult but not impossible. Daryl to open the bowling for Nasco. Mohammad Tosif on strike. Is 14 games, 217 runs. The last time these two faced, he had scored a 50 plus, so they will be hoping that he comes good again today for them. And Aman Sohal, the man, he's played 6 games, 63 runs, strike rate of 83 for him. As Daryl starts outside the off stump, will be called wide into the keeper's gloves. So the first one's on Daryl, who's had 9 matches with 5 wickets. The umpire just confirming that cannot have white. Another wide, so one more wide to the total. Scores 2 for the loss of no wicket. No balls counted so far. So 2 for the loss of no wicket. Again another wide, so still not able to get in line, so he's given away 3 wide so far. Sure, his captain will be having a word with him to stay calm. This time in line of the stumps, closer to that one, batsman beaten. So the first ball counted in this innings after 3 wide balls. Asking for a change in the field. One stationing himself at wide second strip, probably hoping that the batsman will edge one. This time in line of stumps, and keeper drops the one. Wasn't a caught behind, but at the same time is in pain at the moment. Second dot ball. Time too quick for the batsman. He's going onto the back foot and trying to play him. Not the length. He's probably Darrell would pitches one up a little bit further. He could be in trouble. He's not coming onto the front foot. Splits it towards man at covers the set off for a singles. So 1 run added. Score moves on to 4. Tosif is off the mark with that single. Score 4 for the loss of no wicket. Brings Aman Soal on strike. Darrell to Aman, trying to play from within the crease, no feet movement, and a dot ball. Score 4 for the loss of no wicket. Last ball of the over. It's a rather lengthy one. Started off with 3 wides and then has come back and given away just 1 run, missing his footing again. Last ball of the first over. Onto the pads, plays it towards short mid wicket. There's a fielder there. 1 run added. End of the over. 5 for the loss of no wicket. Both the batsmen off the mark with a single and 3 extras to the total. Over number 2, Biju to start proceedings for partnering Darrell. 14 matches, 11 wickets, economy of 9.3. Was it slightly slower in the air, beats him, and the ball into the keeper's gloves, no run. Tausif on strike. Aman on strike at the moment, sorry. This time plays it towards short mid wicket. They set off for a single direct throw, but the batsman well in. Score moves on to 6. Brings Tausif on strike. In the air, over the man at point, racing away towards the boundary. First boundary of the innings. Score moves on to 10. Slightly short. And just chips it over the man at point. Fielder giving the chase, but ball winning the race. So score moves on to 10. In the air, this time again through the cover region for back-to-back boundaries. Score moves on to 14. Have a look at that. Stand and deliver through the vacant cover region for one more boundary. So 2 boundaries coming in consecutive balls. The score moves on to 14. For the loss of no wicket. Another full toss, plays it over the man at mid-off. Fielder giving the chase, the ball racing towards the boundary, and we'll wait and watch what the umpire signals. The full toss, plays it over the man at mid-off. Fielder giving the chase. Recheck again. Recheck again. Stopped it. यहाँ से दिखाई नहीं दे रहा. We'll have to go with the umpire. We don't have conclusive evidence. Tell them no evidence. Not much conclusive evidence. It's been given a boundary. So 4 more runs added. Score moves on to 18. Another one towards the point boundary. So 4 boundaries in succession. The scores moves on to 22. 22 for the loss of no wicket. First over, just 5 runs coming off it, and then the next over, 17 runs coming off it. Stand and just chips it over the man at gully, and the ball again racing away towards the boundary. 22 for no loss at the end of 2 overs. Darrell comes back to bowl his second over.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. because as a adjuster, that is our main goal to, restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and, help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Daryl to bowl to Aman. Putting outside the off stump, shaping this away from the batsman. No edge whatsoever, so another dot ball. Plays it towards short third. Varun misfields there, allows the single to be completed. Brings Tosif onto strike. (23) for the loss of no wicket. Daryl, foolish delivery, plays it towards short covers. Biju there does the fielding. Dot ball. Aman batting 3 of 6. He's batting 17 of 9. This time quicker one. And batsman beaten for pace. No run. Needing another 182 of 17.4. Required run rate of 10.3 at the moment. Going at about 8 run and over. This time again slightly short of length. Tucking the batsman up. No room whatsoever. Tosif happy to play that back to the bowler. Dot ball again. Score remains on 23. Again plays it softly towards the man at short covers. End of the over. 3 overs completed. 23 for the loss of no wicket. Daryl D'Souza giving away just 6 runs in the 2 overs. Biju, expensive, is given away 17 runs in the first over he's bowled. Comes back to bowl his second over. Have a look at the offside field. The men in the ring. There's a man at third man. The man at point covers, extra covers. The man at mid off. Full toss, plays it towards fine leg. There's no fielder there, so one more boundary. So the leakage continues. One more boundary. Score moves on to 27. And we'll have a look at the leg side field. There's a man inside the circle behind the square. A man at mid wicket. There's a man at mid on. No man patrolling on the leg side. On the one behind square. There's a man who's coming in front of square. This time plays it towards point. There's a fielder there at extra covers. Virender, the fielder, keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 28. Have a look at the boundary. Full toss onto the legs and just gets enough bat to send it toward the fine leg boundary. There was no protection out there. Biju bowls it to Aman, who plays it, sorry, Tosif, who plays it towards point. No run there. 28. Aman Soul batting 8 of 8. He was the one who got the boundary of the first ball and then followed it up with a single. Again, plays it towards covers. There's a man there. By the time he comes and feels, there are 2 more runs added. So score moves on to 30. Good running between the wickets sensing. We see Uttam, who's on the field, scored just 9 runs today. Plays the shot towards covers. There's a fielder there. Virender again busy. Keeps it down to a single. 1 more run added. Score moves on to 31. Uttam, the man behind this entire tournament, works tirelessly and makes sure he plays the game as well. Another wide and an extra run along with that. So 2 more runs. Standing at mid-on is waiting for his turn to chance his arm. Just asking the boys to be focused. He's a man who works tirelessly behind the scenes to run this tournament, coordinating with every unit that is required to get a tournament going. As this time wants to play the big one but misses that one, so does the keeper, but no run there. End of the over, 33 for the loss of no wicket at the end of 4. Over number 5 to start. Darrell continuing. This time edges this one. The ball racing towards the fine leg boundary. 1 run completed. Gaurav, the wicket keeper, reining back, fielding the ball, keeps it to a single. Darrell bowling to Tosif. This time, much fuller delivery. Tosif trying to play this one towards covers. No run. This time again beating him for pace. And another dot ball. He's just given away 7 runs in the 2.3 he's bowled. He's trying to keep it as tight as possible. The runs have leaked from the other bowlers. Another one, another time beaten outside off stump. बट वो लोग यहाँ बैठे थे कि वो वाले कैबिन रूम में बैठे? वो जैसे हाँ हाँ अच्छा जैसे अभी टूर्नामेंट 34 for no loss. This time bowling it down leg side. Unhappy with himself. He was bowling it outside the off stump and keeping quiet, trying to be a bit cute out there. wanting to do something different, ends up giving a single. So score moves on to 35. कौन कौन था? असगर था और कौन था? अच्छा. Slightly short in the air, plays it towards the man at third man. Misfield there, but will not cost them much. A single only. 36 for no loss. Last ball of the fifth over coming up. This time playing down the wrong line. Lucky for him, doesn't go onto the stumps. End of the over. 5 overs completed. 36 for the loss of no wicket. First change, Varun, the captain, coming to bowl. Plays it in the air towards the cover region. The fielder unable to cut it off, so starts off with the boundary. Concedes a boundary of the first ball he bowls. That the moment it's shot, he plays it in the air, gets that high back lift which allows the ball to cross over the infield, and the moment it crosses the infield, the ball invariably is going on towards the boundary ropes. All the wide, loops this one, inviting the batsman to play a big stroke, but bowling outside the line, so will be called a wide. Score moves on to 41. Again, in the air, plays it over. Extra cover for a maximum. The first maximum of the innings. So Tausif now getting into the act. He pitched up and he just clears his leg and extends his arm, and the ball just going over the boundary ropes for a maximum. So first maximum of the innings, 47 for no loss. This time over the bowler's head and another boundary. So the 50 coming up. 51 for the loss of no wicket. Tausif now batting 35 of 23. He's done the bulk of the scoring. Aman Soal is batting 9 of 10. The moment it was pitched up, he just stood there and delivered. So 51 for no loss. Goes back and plays this towards covers. The time the fielding done by Darrell, a single being scored. Score moves on to 52. Aman batting, trying to play this one, wanting a wide, but keeper doing well to collect the ball. So no run there. 52 for no loss. Swings this one towards mid wicket. They complete a single. 50. Three for no loss at the end of the power play. So the power play, well and truly, the points scored by Lockton. 53 for no loss. Aman now into double figures. He's on 10 of 12, and Mohammad Tausif batting 36 of 24. Varun going for 17 in that over that he bowled.
and to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Number 7, Uttam comes to the crease, and the first ball, a magnificent catch by the fielder at mid-wicket. Varun, the fielder, taking that catch, sees the end of Mohammad Tausif. Have a look at that. Slower in the air. He goes for the big one and finds the fielder to perfection. Varun was just lucky. He made sure he didn't touch the skirting. Varun out. That was Aman was on strike. 10 of 13 balls caught by Varun off the bowling of Uttam with one boundary. So the end of power play and the first ball after the power play, with the field restrictions open, sees a wicket falling. Both the senior players of the team tagging along to get their first wicket. Mohammad Saad, the captain, coming to the centre at number 3, 12 matches, 288 runs, strike rate of 107. Uttam's 13 matches, 17 wickets, 8.27. It's not a bad performance by any run. As the second ball, he floats this one again in the air, and Saad plays it down towards long on, and he gets off the mark with that single. 54 for 1, brings Tausif on strike. He's batting 36 of 24. Down leg side will be called a wide. Tausif unhappy with himself. He could have got himself another boundary. Uttam has to be careful. He needs to bowl in line of the stumps. Again, another slower one. Plays it towards short covers. Biju, the fielder, there. No run. Trying to slow it as much as possible. Swan, is that a catch? As Felt that there was a nick, but the keeper unable to hold on to it, so no, not out. And the batsman there still there. Score is on 55. Chips this one towards long off. There's a fielder there. One more run added. Who moves on to 56. Last ball of the 7th over. Plays it in the air towards the man at long on. There's a fielder there. Darrell, the fielder, keeps it down to a single. End of the over, 57 for 1. Successful one. Uttam giving away 4 runs and taking that wicket. Another bowling change. Virender coming to bowl the 8th over of the innings. His analysis. Asking for an LBW. Not happy with that. Wanting a review, but there's no review for LBWs. Pitching outside the off stump. Jagdish Lakshman, the new bowler. Chips it in the air and dropped by the fielder at covers. Manish Chawla, the fielder there. Another edge, this time to a short third, well fielded, making sure that he stops the ball from going far from him. Another single. Have a look at the drop catch. Plays it in the air, straight to the man it covers, and all he had to do is collect it into his hands and out it pops out. 60 for 1. At the dot ball. One more run added. Score moves on to 61. Goes on the back foot, cuts this one. The man at short third will give the chase. 2 more runs added. .63 at the end of 8 overs. First over of Jagdish costing 5 runs. Uttam to bowl the 9th over. Tosses this one. Wild swing by the batsman. Tosif doesn't get any connection. So dot ball. Batting 39 of 31 balls. Another toss up. Asking for a stumping. And it's been given out. So the second wicket, Uttam gets his second and the second for his team. Tossing this one slower in the air. He is beaten in flight and the wicketkeeper does the rest. Have a look at this. leg spinner, not much revs, but beaten in the air. It was way outside, and the batsman has to make the long walk back. Realizes that he made an error there. 63 for 2. नहीं न्यू मैन है ना अभी अच्छा ये कौन है नहीं तौसीफ आउट हुआ न्यू मैन अभी तक कुछ नेम नहीं किया उसने Sham, the new batsman. 4 matches, just 9 runs. Hardly had much time in the centre. But good opportunity coming at number 4. Full toss, missed that one, but make sure he gets a single to that. He's off the mark with that single. Score moves on to 64. That was a leg by, so he's still not off the mark. None of the one ball. Brings Saad on to strike the captain. This one goes onto the back foot, drills it down towards the man at long on. Darryl the fielder there. Score moves on to 65. Nasco will want to take a grip on this as much early as possible, and this time the inner half of the bat, the ball going towards short square. One more run added, so Sham is off the mark with that single, and score moves on to 66 with that single. Last ball of the 9th over coming up. Misses that one, so does the keeper. Gaurav holding her hand up, buys signals, 2 runs completed. Score moves on to 68. End of 9 overs, 68 for the loss of 2 wickets. Needing another 137 runs of the remaining 11 overs at the rate of 12.45. Over number 10 to begin. Jagdish to continue, given away 5 runs of the first over that he bowled. Quite an animated request. The last over he bowled the first ball for an LBW and asked for a review. But there are no LBW reviews here. Tosses this one, plays it in the air, batsman over the man, it covers the ball, going towards cover boundary. Biju, the fielder there. 2 more runs added. Score moves on to 70. This time another under edge goes towards the man at short fine leg. A single being taken. Score moves on to 71. This time tosses this one and Saad plays the big one over the man at long on for another maximum. Using all his power. Have a look at it. It was tossed up enough time and then sends this over the man at long on. Two fielders trying their best but not good enough. As the ball goes over the boundary rope, score moves on to 77. 77 for 2. Another tossed up delivery. This time drills it past the bowler and the ball wins it. The race goes towards the boundary. So 10 runs coming off the last two balls. The score moves on to 81 as the last ball of the 10th over coming up. Needing another 124 runs more. TL pass score at the moment should be 90. They're 9 runs behind. And still a long way to go in this game. This time slightly shortens the length, plays it towards, goes on the back foot, plays it towards long on. Uttam the fielder there. A single being taken. Saad's now 17 of 10 balls that he's faced. End of 10 overs, 82 for 2, needing another 123 runs more in 10 overs. As we have a look at the bowling analysis, have a look at the full scorecard as of now.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Starting with Mohammad Tausif and Aman. Aman was the first to go. He was out for 10 of 13 with one boundary. And then Mohammad Tausif out for 39 of 32. Stumped by Gaurav off the bowling of Uttam. Both the wickets going to Uttam. Mohammad Saad not out 17 of 10 with one boundary and 1-6. And Sham not out 4 of 5 with no boundaries. 12 extras in innings. 8 wides, 2 leg byes and 2 byes. 4 bowlers used in the 10 overs, rather 5 bowlers used. Darrell 3 overs, 9 runs, no wickets. Biju expensive, 2 overs, 27 runs, no wicket. Varun also expensive, 1 over, 17 runs, no wicket. And then Uttam coming and getting those 2 wickets. He's 2 overs, 6 runs with the 2 wickets that have fallen. And Jagdish Lakshman, who had got a decent first over, then went for 14 in the second over. 2 overs, 19 runs, no wicket. As we take a short break, and we'll be coming back for the second half of the innings. Welcome back. Second half of the innings. Gaurav now to start. He's given away the keeping gloves to Varun and bowls this one towards the man at long on for a single. Right, Amo plays towards to Sham, who misses the one. This time pulls it full and under edge through Varun's legs, ball going towards the fine leg boundary. The fielder there keeps it down to 2 runs, so 2 more runs added. Score moves on to 85. By mouse take as Gaurav this time ball plays it over the bowler's head. The ball going towards the long off boundary. There's a fielder there. Darrell does the fielding, keeps it down to a single. Saad going on the back foot and trying to play that one. No run there. ये बाजू 86 for 2. Gaurav comes into ball in the air towards the cover region. There's a fielder there at extra covers, keeps it down to a single. One more run added. Score moves on to 87. End of the over. 11 overs gone. 87 for the loss of 2 wickets. Gaurav giving away 5 runs of the first over he bowled. Required run rate now 13.11. Jagdish coming to bowl his third over. Saad fancying his chance, sends us towards long on. There's a fielder there, Uttam. Keeps it down to a single. Jagdish would have done well if he keeps this below 6 runs an over, or even 7 to 8, as long as he's not giving more than 8 runs an over. That's a good job done. The required run rate is about 13 already at the start of this over. Gives it another single. Score moves on to 89. This time Saad goes towards wide long on. Uttam there. Again feeds that one and keeps it down to a single. The best thing Jagdish is doing is running through his overs quickly, trying to keep it as simple as possible. Not much. This time slightly slower again towards the man at long on. Uttam at long on kept busy, as he's kept busy through this tournament. The man behind the organizing of this tournament. Again one more towards wide long on. This time there's a man from mid wicket who comes down to his left and fields the one. So one more single. Misfield there. Varun making sure that they don't get that extra run. 92. Last ball of the over coming up. Five singles coming of the first 5 balls. Well, hoping to finish it off well. Probably a wicket would be much, as he finishes with the dot ball. So bowled his 3 overs. Given away 24 runs. The second over was the one that was expensive. Start of over number 13. Gaurav to start the proceedings. So the 13th over, Saad trying to play a big one, misses that one. So does the keeper. There's no run there. Score remains on 92. Full toss down the leg side will be called a wide. Score moves on to 93. squad. Run rate already reaching 14 now as Saad plays this one over the man it covers towards the wide long off. One more single, score moves on to 94. Slow one and is beaten in the air and is stumped. Gaurav slows this one considerably and Sham was early in that stroke. Have a look at that. Slows this one considerably. Sham was already committed onto the stroke and missed that one completely and is stumped. No doubt in the minds of the umpire that the ball was collected behind the stumps and broken. So Sham makes his way back to the hut. Sham out for 9 of 12 balls with no boundaries and sixes. Stumped by Varun off the bowling of Gaurav. Suchit, the new man. Suchit, the new man coming into the center. 12 matches, 196 runs. Strike rate of 108. He will have to partner his captain Saad and make sure they make a match out of it. Gaurav slow one. Suchit missing that one. Dot ball. 2 more balls left in the over. Cuts this one towards the extra cover boundary. There's a fielder there. 1 run completed. Score moves on to 95. Wide is what the umpire calls. Another extra to the total. Score moves on to 96. This time over the cover boundary, the ball racing away towards the boundary, the fielder coming around, stops it with his foot. Good teamwork by Biju, following the ball, making sure he gets to it and throws the ball back. 2 more runs added, 98 for the loss of 3 wickets at the end of 13 overs. Strike. Manish Chawla to bowl the 14th over. That was single taken in the last ball of the over. Back to the bowler. Manish is unable to hold that one off his own bowling. Gives away a single. Score moves on to 98. Manish का analysis बता दो. The right arm off spinner. First match for him is yet to get a wicket for himself. Is .99 for 3. Saad plays it in the air towards long on. Uttam, the fielder. The single brings up the 100. 100 up in in 13.3 overs. Beating the batsman in the air. 2 more balls left in the over. 100 for 3. Cuts this one towards the point region for a boundary, a welcome boundary after quite some time of the bat of Suchit. He's now batting 6 of 5. Have a look at the shot. Cuts that one through the gully region. Fielder unable to stop that one, and the ball races away towards the deep gully boundary. Last ball of the over, 104 for 3. 13.5 overs completed. It's the last ball of the 14th and will have to be rebowled. It's called a wide. Required run rate now reaching 16.22. Suchit coming down the track, plays it in the air. Again, between the man at gully and point, and the ball again racing away towards the boundary. So back-to-back boundaries. The over comes to a close. He's now 10 of 6 with 2 boundaries. Manish's first over goes for 12 runs. Have a look at that. Comes back, cuts that one. Ball pitches and then races away across the turf towards the gully boundary.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Saad goes on the back foot, plays it towards long on. Uttam, who's been quite busy at the long on area, keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 110. They needed 96 of the remaining 6 overs at the start of this over. Gets a single of the first ball. Brings Suchit on to strike, who's got 10. He's got 2 boundaries. This time plays it in the air towards long off. Darrell trying to field. Wasn't sure whether he goes for the catch or stop the boundary. And in the end does neither. Neither does he manage to hold on to the catch, nor does he save the boundary. So Suchit now has got 3 boundaries back to back of the last 3 balls he's faced. The Storm man trying to make use of the long levers that he has. This again goes down the ground. Darrell there keeps it down to a single this time. The score moves on to 115. Brings Saad on to strike. He too comes down the wicket, plays it towards short covers. No run there. Biju the fielder. Fifth ball of the over. 6 runs given so far. Plays this towards deep mid wicket. Jagdish the fielder there. Keeps it down to a single. 7 of 5. Score moves on to 116. Last ball of the over. Foolish delivery, doesn't call a wide. So end of the over. 116 for 3. 15 complete. Last 5 to start. 89 more runs required at the rate of 17.80. Start of the over. Drills this back, disturbs the stumps, but the fielder had not got any contact. So 1 run. Saad gets that single. He moves on to 29 of 25. Suchit batting 15 of 9 with 3 boundaries. Jagdish bowls this one slightly short, goes towards the cover boundary. The fielder unable to cut it off. So 1 more boundary. Suchit moves to 19 of 10 balls with that stroke. The score moves on to 121. 5 runs coming of the first 2 balls. Still not good enough. They need more than that. They need practically 3 runs every ball now. Short cuts this one towards covers. There's a fielder there this time. Completes a single. So score moves on to 122 with that single. Brings Saad on to strike. Goes on the back foot. Cuts this one. Biju unable to stop that one. The man at covers comes across. The one completed and the second one completed easily. And they take another overthrow with that. So 3 more runs coming to the total. Score moves on to 125. It's called a wide, so 1 more extra. Trying to entice the batsman by bowling it outside the off stump, probably get it off the toe end of the bat, but this time bowls a wide, so this was what he is trying. Suchit missing this one, so another dot ball. Keeps his score to 126. This last ball of the over coming up, last ball of the 16th over, last ball of Jagdish's spell. And this time playing down the line, but no contact whatsoever. End of the over. 16 completed, 126 for 6. As Jagdish's 4 overs come to a close, he's given away 34 runs and no wickets to his credit. Uttam back into the attack. Uttam has bowled 2 overs for 7 runs, so he should be bowling the 17th and the 19th over probably. Beg your pardon, he's gone for 6 runs of the 2 overs. He's got 7 dot balls. Saad trying to cut that one, not to be, so another dot ball. 79 required of 24 balls at the start of this over. So first dot ball gone for a dot, second one going for a single. So 2 runs of the first 2 balls and another misfield will give that extra run. This is what they don't want. They have the game in the bag, but they need to make sure they win with the best possible margin. $128 for 3. Wild swing, and he loses his middle stump. So one more wicket for Uttam. 128 for 4 now. Seeing the back of Saad, who goes onto the back foot to play a big shot and loses his off stump, middle stump rather. He's out for 34 of 29. Mohammad Saad out for 34 of 29, one boundary and 1-6 to his credit, bowled by Uttam. This chase now getting difficult by every ball, passing ball. Required run rate has crept up to 22 and over. 77 of the remaining 3.3 overs. Khalid, the man, strides out to the center. 11 games, 28 runs, strike rate of 66.67. I'll be happy to get a few runs under his belt as he plays this one down towards long on. Jagdish, the fielder, coming in from long on, and a single being scored. Moves on to 129 and gets Khalid off the mark with that single. 76 more runs required of 3.2 overs. Slowish delivery, asking for an LBW, and it's been given. It was right in front. Suchit not happy, asking for an explanation. The umpire signals he's out, and that's what matters. So another wicket. So fourth wicket for Uttam. 2.5 overs, 9 runs and 4 wickets. He's right in front of the stumps, so there was no doubt whatsoever. Suchit's still not happy with that. He's out for 20 of 14 balls with 4 boundaries. Last ball of the over coming up. Karthi, the new man. 8 matches for him. He scored 26 runs in those. A strike rate of 52. $129 for 5. Comes it at number 7, Karthi. Uttam, last ball of the over. Plays it back towards the bowler. End of the over. 129 for 5. $17 complete. Biju comes back into the attack. It's towards it, gone for 27, bowling down the leg side, plays it towards the bowler itself. No run there. Khalid on strike, comes down the wicket, plays it down towards extra cover, a single there. Score moves on to 130. In the air, over the man, it covers. There's a cover fielder there, extra covers. A single scored. Rather, that was a double, so two more. 131 for 5. Again, down the ground. Darrell, the fielder there, keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 132. Slow one, beaten for pace, asking for a caught behind. The umpire is not convinced. Asking for a review. The fielders should be aware what reviews are available. There are no reviews for LBW or caught behind. Last ball of the over. Some shoulder into that. Another dot ball to end the over. 132 for 5. Much better over from Biju this time. Giving away just 3 runs of the over. Closing out the over at 132 for 5. Prasad comes into bowl the 18th over from right arm around the wicket. Batsman moving around the crease, plays it down towards short fine, 1 run completed. Moves on to 133, 72 more runs required of the remaining 11 balls. This contest well and truly in control of Nasco. Same, even Parthy moving around the crease. And he gets a single. $134 for 5. Khalid on to strike. Tossing this one up. Plays it towards mid-wicket. The fielder, Biju and Gaurav, doing the patrolling towards at the leg side rather. 1 more single added. Score moves on to 135. Same Karthi plays it towards deep mid-wicket. Gaurav, the fielder there. Comes around, 1 more run added. $136 for 5. This time goes around, takes it over the long leg boundary, will wait for the umpire signal. That's a 6, just crossing the long leg boundary. So 6 more runs added. Score moves on to 142. Way enough time for him to move around, pick his spot, and send that one over the long leg boundary. 10 runs coming of the 5 balls that he's bowled. Last ball of the over. This is the penultimate over, and then the last 6 balls to follow after this. Interesting to see who will be bowling that one. Again, plays it towards mid-wicket. There's a fielder there, Gaurav. He does the fielding and keeps it down to a single. 11 runs coming off that over. Needing another 62 more runs of the remaining 6 balls as we come towards the conclusion of this game. Uttam coming into bowl the final over of the game. 143 for 5. Playing it into the air. Jagdish coming in from long on, keeps it down to a single. Wanting to play a reverse sweep, plays that one towards short third. Manish Chawla, the fielder there. A single being added. Score moves on to 145. Four more balls left. Karthi on strike. Khalid on chance of a catch. The 5th one, and Gaurav drops that one. Uttam had his hands aloft. He thought probably he's taken that one, but twice it juggled and the ball pops out, denying Uttam that 5th wicket that he's looking for. Over the bowler's head, and Uttam felt that he was in contention for that 5th one, but not to be consecutive balls that the ball has eluded him. 147. Khalid on strike. Plays it back towards the bowler. No run there. Score remains on 147. Final ball coming up. Plays it towards short covers, not interested in the singles. So end of the game. They finished their innings at 147 for 5. As Nasco Middle East Insurance Brokers LLC win by 57 runs in the opening encounter in their opening game of the plate event. Let's have a look at the scorecard. Mohammad Tosif out for 39 of 32, 6 boundaries and 6. He was stumped by Uttam. Aman Soal out 10 of 13. He was caught by Varun off the bowling of Uttam with 1 boundary. Mohammad Saad also bowled by Uttam for 34 of 29 with 1 boundary and 1 6. Sham stumped by Varun off the bowling of Gaurav 9 of 12. Suchit Lal LBW Uttam out 20 of 14 with 4 boundaries. Khalid not out 14 of 12. Karthi not out 5 of 8. 16 extras in the innings, totaling 147. 8 bowlers used by Nasco captain Varun. Darrell 3 overs 13 runs. 3 overs 9 runs, no wicket. Biju 3 overs 30 runs, no wicket. Varun came in and bowled 1 over, gave away 17 runs. Uttam, the pick of the bowlers, 4 overs 13 runs, 4 wickets. Jagdish 4 overs 34 runs, no wicket. Gaurav Achani 3 overs 17 runs, 1 wicket. Manish Chawla 1 over 12 runs, no wicket. And Prasad Hiramat 1 over 11 runs, no wicket. As of 57 victory for Nasco in their first game of the plate event. As we go down for the presentations in the next few minutes. The Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 11. This is a plate game, the first of the triple headers today between Lockton and Nasco. Lockton losing out by 57 runs. We have the captain Saad. Saad, a lot of positives to take from this game apart from the loss that you have encountered today.
Yeah, I think we need to work on our fielding because there was like the discipline was missing in the fielding. That is, something where we need to work, and we're going to focus on that in the next game.
And what sort of a message are you giving to the boys? There's still a few games to go, still a chance to make it to the finals.
Yeah, as I said, like for us, it's we have lost a lot of games in the previous, previous round, and this round we are going to play a positive cricket. And of course, yes, we need to focus, work on the bowling discipline and fielding as well. Yeah.
Anyway, all the best for the rest of the tournament, and thank you for coming today. As we speak to the captain and the man of the match for today, Varun, we'll have the trophy given away to him by the umpire. Varun, happy hunting team. The last time you played them, you scored a century and a century as well.
Yeah, it was unexpected, but I was confident that if we put a total of 180 plus on board, we would definitely be able to defend. I was lucky enough to stay till the very end and take the team to that total.
Probably got on the right side of the bed. You had a couple of reprieves right early in the innings, and then you made sure that you converted into a big score.
Yeah, that was the plan. It was always to stay till the end, and I was good enough I was lucky enough to get the team par. But also, I would like to mention the partnership with Gaurav. Everyone contribution. It's not a single man's game. Although they can change the game, but it's always a team effort. Uttam's spell, Gaurav's spell, Daryl's spell, everyone contributed and got us over the line.
Some areas of concerns for you still going towards the future matches, as you will be wanting to make it to the finals of the play to win?
Yep, that's always when we play to win, and that's always the plan to take the team till the finals and win it.
Thank you for that. That's the conclusion of the presentation here. Nasco winning their first game of the plate event by 57 runs. We have the Super 8 games coming up to follow. Stay tuned. Thank you.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Insurance Cricket Premier League. Are you ready?
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Buckle up, let the journey begin. Who win this year's championship? Come feel the heat of this dream. Witness the strength and confidence of those who face these challenges. Cause in the end, we all win. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Everybody say Hey, listen up. Hey. The ball has hit the bat. Whoa, whoa. Fielders are running to catch it. Is a six, or will it be a four? We scream, we roar. Oh my God, the tension soar. The pressure, the skill on display is amazing. What can I say? Let the claps run in millions. As if cricket is our religion. Let's go. If you wanna be the best, play with courage and confidence. Level up your game to be prominent. Don't forget it's your time to shine. Play tough but remember to be kind. Let's see who tops at the finish line. Insurance Premier League.